Imagine dedicating 18 years of your life to a company, only to be stabbed in the back by a smug new boss who thinks he can replace you with rookies. Hold your breath as I unveil a tale of deception, revenge, and a stunning comeback that will leave you on the edge of your seat. The chilling termination. I'm Owen Grayson, 55 years old, the mastermind behind the tech empire of Zenith Realty for 18 grueling years. I single-handedly forged their entire system from dust, weaving every expansion with precision until the day they deemed me too costly to keep. Across the table sat Leonard Hayes, the slick new CTO, barely 6 months in the game. At 42, with his flashy glasses and a Wharton MBA, he strutted in to modernize by slashing the seasoned veterans first. "We can snag 3 juniors for your paycheck," he sneered during my axe-worthy meeting, his smirk dripping with arrogance. Nothing personal, just budget cuts. Beside him, Fiona from HR shoved a folder my way. "Your severance is juicy. 2 months' pay plus vacation time," she chirped. I nodded stiffly, snatched the folder, and fired back. "That's it? No grand farewell?" Leonard's face twitched, almost disappointed, perhaps craving a dramatic showdown to flaunt to the board. "Got any gripes or questions?" he prodded. I shrugged with icy calm. "Looks cut and dried to me." Their bewildered glances screamed confusion. Little did they know, my cool was a mask for seething exhaustion. "We'd love your help transitioning," Leonard pressed, his voice edged with desperation. "The newbies need your system secrets. How about a consulting stint?" "I'll ponder it," I lied, knowing I'd never cave. We shook hands, a hollow gesture, and I packed 18 years into a pitiful cardboard box. Colleagues averted their eyes as I left, fearing their own doom. In the garage, my phone buzzed. A frantic text from Simon, the database guru I'd mentored for 12 years. "Owen, the team's spiraling." I ignored it. At home, I stared out at Lake Michigan, bourbon trembling in my hand as the sunset bled crimson. My wife, Claire, gripped my shoulder. "What's your next move?" "Something will surface," I muttered. What Leonard couldn't fathom, what he was too lazy to uncover, was that I'd coded the system's core myself, with scant documentation, thanks to their stingy refusal for a proper team. Only I held the keys to its hidden depths, and I wasn't sharing. Have you ever been blindsided by a boss like this? Spill your story in the comments. The rise of a tech titan. My journey with Zenith began when it was still Lakeshore Holdings, a scrappy firm juggling 4 apartment blocks with a skeleton crew. Their tech? 2 ancient PCs, a creaky fax, and dial-up that crawled. The owner, Thomas Lake, snatched me from a Syracuse consultancy, his eyes blazing with ambition. "We're exploding. Build us a fortress." Over 18 relentless years, I sculpted a property management marvel, mastering tenant apps, background checks, maintenance alerts, and rent flows across 63 properties in 5 states. I crafted it layer by layer, adapting through growth spurts. 5 years ago, Thomas retired and his son Daniel sold to a ruthless private equity pack, rebranding it Zenith Realty. They clung to me, awestruck by my creation, until the tide turned. New execs stormed in, obsessed with quarterly wins over enduring strength. Red flags waved slowly. First, they trashed my plea for a documentation squad. "Too pricey," they scoffed. Next quarter. That quarter vanished. Then came the consultants, arrogant MBAs raving about cloud revolutions, their eyes glazing over my system demos, then pushing generic fixes that clashed with my bespoke design. I fought back, unveiling the genius of my code, but they iced me out of meetings. Claire saw it first. "They're shoving you out," she hissed over dinner, her voice tight with worry. "Brace yourself." I laughed it off. "They can't survive without me. No one else deciphers this beast." "That might be their trap," she warned. 6 months ago, Leonard arrived as CTO, fresh from a banking tech giant, preaching standardization and burying legacy systems. He paraded 3 fresh-faced engineers, shadowing me, peppering me with questions. I answered, but they floundered in the labyrinth. How could they not? It took years to weave those fail-safes and interlocks. Last week, Leonard slinked into my office. "Quick check-in tomorrow," he said with a sly grin. I should have sensed the guillotine. "Have you battled corporate ignorance? Share your fight below." The descent into chaos. 2 weeks post-axing, a call sliced through my home office as I revamped my resume. "Leonard Vickers." I let it hit voicemail. "Owen, it's Leonard. The tenant portal's imploding. The kids can't crack your code. Call back. Quick consult?" I smashed delete and kept typing. 3 more calls bombarded me that day, each voicemail a crescendo of panic. By night, Simon texted, "System's dead all day. Maintenance is toast. Leonard's losing it." Next morning, Fiona from HR pounced. "Owen, hope you're thriving. We need a consult. Big pay." I picked up. "How big?" $300 an hour, 4-hour minimum," she blurted. "I'll think on it," I said, hanging up with a smirk. At the kitchen table, gazing at Lake Michigan's restless waves, Claire slid me coffee. "What's brewing?" "They're tasting my worth," I grinned darkly. For 3 days, the calls escalated. Leonard, Fiona, even Daniel Lake on the board. The portal crashed, maintenance errored, payments failed, plunging thousands into chaos. I stayed mute. On day 4, a bombshell email from Triton Solutions, Zenith's rival, landed. Tech Chief Roland Pierce wrote, "Owen, we've watched your genius at Zenith. Join us to revolutionize our system?" I replied, setting a meet for tomorrow. That night, chopping veggies with Claire, the doorbell jolted us. Leonard stood there, glasses askew, suit erect. "Owen, emergency. Everything's down. The team's clueless. $500 an hour. Name your price." I leaned against the frame, heart pounding. "Sounds dire." "It is. We need you." I flashed to that cardboard box, 18 years reduced to relics. "Sorry," I said coldly. "I've got an interview. Something will turn up." I slammed the door on his gaping face and returned to dinner, a strange peace washing over me. No glee, no vengeance, just resolve. Would you cave to that plea? Tell me in the comments. The rise of a new empire. I wouldn't lift a finger to fix their mess. The Triton interview blew me away. We met at a shadowy Rochester cafe, away from spying eyes. "I've stalked your work for years," Roland said, stirring his espresso. "That Zenith system is a legend. No one matches it." "Took blood, sweat, and tears," I replied. "That's what we crave. Expertise. We need someone to craft a superior setup from your blueprint." "I'm hooked," Roland's grin widened. "Perfect. Chief Systems Architect. Full perks, stocks, 20% more than Zenith." "Why me?" I pressed. "Cheaper kids are out there." He laughed. "We tried that. 3 whiz kids built a flashy flop that dies at 100 users. We need steel, not savings." I signed next day. Meanwhile, Zenith spiraled. Simon's text painted a grim picture: partial fixes, critical failures. They'd hired a costly legacy rescue team. A week into Triton, Leonard called again. "Owen, it's dire. 3 months of payments lost. Tenants are rioting. The team needs your database magic." I nearly ignored it but answered, "Leonard, I'm Triton's now. Exclusive. Can't help. Double your rate for 2 days. Not about cash. Then revenge? You're savoring this?" I paused, voice steel. "Number, you chose my exit. Now feel the fallout. The board wants you back. Full pay. Bonus." A thrill flickered, then died. Returning meant facing the same vultures. "Thanks, but I'm Triton's." Leonard's tone turned venomous. "Legal trouble if we prove you sabotaged it. Non-compete IP issues." The threat I'd braced for. "It's as it was," I snapped. "You killed my doc team. The code's yours. Lawyers can duke it out." I hung up, hands quaking. Not fear, but rage unleashed. Accusing me of sabotage was the ultimate slap. At Triton, I built anew, full docs, training, fail-safes to dodge Zenith's fate. No looking back, no aid. Some lessons demand a brutal teacher. Ever faced a legal scare? Share below. The unraveling conspiracy. A month in, Simon, my old database ace, crept into my Triton office, laptop bag in tow. "Lunch?" he whispered. Over deli sandwiches, he dropped a bomb. "It's a nightmare," he hissed, voice low amid the lunch rush. 3 years of data gone. Backups are trashed. They might rebuild from scratch. No surprise. The backup had ironclad protocols. One slip, and it locked to shield tenant data. "There's more," he added. "I unearthed emails helping the consultants. Leonard plotted your ouster for months, selling the board on your system being too pricey." "How?" He flipped open his laptop, revealing emails from the archives. Leonard pitching my axing, replacing me with cheap hires, projecting million-dollar savings. One line seared. "Grayson's setup is a deliberate maze, making him untouchable." "And?" I pressed. "The equity owners are selling," Simon said. "Leonard was hired to slash costs, fatten profits for the sale." It hit. Standardization, no docs, cutting seniors. It was a sham to flip the company. Why show me? "I quit yesterday," he confessed. "Half IT's gone. The firm says 6 months to recover, maybe more. Westbrook Properties might flee. They're 30% of revenue. What now?" "Hoping Triton needs database pros," he grinned. I pitched Simon to Roland, who leapt at it. We forged a team built on endurance. That night, Leonard called, voice cracking. "Owen, Westbrook's ditching us. The board's turning. Help." "Can't," I said. "Name your price." "It's not money. It's respect. For craft. For building right." Silence. "You planned this," he accused. "No," I countered. "I knew my work's demands. I warned you." I hung up, feeling no triumph, just the cold truth that some lessons carve deep. "What price would you set? Drop it below." The climactic turnaround. 2 months in, Roland summoned me. "Jeffrey Westbrook just dumped Zenith," he said, eyes alight. "They want us for their 10,000 units, doubling us." "We're not ready," I admitted, heart racing. "Systems half built." "What if we must?" 3 senior servers, 8 weeks, I calculated. Tight. "Jeffrey's frantic," Roland said. "Zenith's chaos is tainting his name. He'll give 12 weeks, fund it." This was do or die. Success could crown us. Failure could bury us. "I'll devise a plan," I said. That night, insomnia gripped me. I sketched diagrams, mapped migrations, wrestled scaling nightmares. By dawn, I had a daring staged rollout, minimizing chaos. Roland scrutinized it. "Solid," he said. "But the doc phase adds 3 weeks." "Non-negotiable," I insisted. Zenith's fall started there. "We doc all, train all, no weak spots." He nodded. "Let's roll." Weeks blurred. 5 hires, including 2 ex-Zenith rebels. Simon built a migration tool for their data. I crafted a scalable design. Halfway, Daniel Lake emailed, Owen, sorry for the betrayal. The board was duped. Leonard's out. We're sinking. Westbrook's exit kills us. Return? I ignored it. 10 weeks in, we prepped for 2,000 units in Western New York first. The night before, Roland called. Jeffrey Westbrook waited. You're the architect? He boomed, shaking my hand. Roland swears by you. Hope it's praise, I smiled. He says you've built growth-proof tech. That's the aim. Heard you were Zeniths. They're crumbling. Equity's selling, but Westbrook's exit and their mess scare buyers. Except one. Who? Triton, Roland said. We're eyeing a steal. If it happened, Jeffrey added, we need you to merge them. Salvage Zenith. Shift to your system. You asking me to lead? I clarified. Roland nodded. If the deal closes and you're game. The irony, my creation, my team, my old firm, under me again. I'll do it, I said. But full docs, training, no shortcuts. Deal, Roland said. We've learned. I walked off, no revenge, just pride in work's power. Ever been begged back? Share below. The triumphant legacy. 6 months later, I stood in Zenith's old lair, now Triton Unified Property Management, bought for a pittance. Roland and I toured, greeting ex-Zenith staff. Some shrank, others beamed. Leonard and his cronies were gone. Daniel stayed as a consultant. At the server room, my old kingdom, I froze. Go in? Roland asked. No need, I said. We're migrating. In the conference room, the team gathered. Roland hailed me as Chief Integration Officer. Many know Owen, he said. He built Zenith's core for 18 years. Now he'll fuse both into a Titan. I outlined the plan, timeline, support, no cuts. The irony stung. A year on, Triton ruled the Northeast, my documented system humming. One crisp fall day, driving to Roland, Lake Michigan's red-gold leaves mirrored my mood. The board okayed your division, Roland said. Training launches next quarter. Your rules. My demand. Not titles or cash, but a division to mold future engineers, teaching lasting builds. Thanks, I said. No, thank you, Roland replied. Your tech, culture, docs, it's epic. Packing my office, Daniel knocked. Chat? We hit the courtyard. Dad asked about you, he said. Retired in Florida, still watches us. Glad you're back, sort of. How's Thomas? Fishing nonstop. He paused. He said losing you was our doom. He was right. I nodded. I learned value hides till it's gone, he added. Driving home, I mused on value. Skill, care, building right. I sought no revenge, just built better, letting results roar. What's your verdict on this epic? Drop it below.